Good evening, family. How's everybody?
Good evening.
Doing well. How are you?
Unbelievably well.
Good evening.
Good evening.
How are you, sir?
I am doing unbelievably well.
Good job.
Blessed by the best.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, lady.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, pretty good. Can't complain none. Good to see you.
Okay. Good to be here. Good to be seen. Most definitely.
You know
Yes,
what we
ma'am.
say, it's better to be seen than viewed.
That's
Amen.
right.
Yes, ma'am. You still got that right.
Oh, yeah.
It's cold as all outdoors down here in Louisville.
Oh, wow.
Down in the 20s down here.
Yeah, we're at 28 in Maryland.
Woo-wee. Yeah.
PA's been negative at times. It was negative 15 the other day.
Oh,
Woo!
wow.
What's that?
That's cold.
Yep.
Yes, sir. It'll take the
That's
sea
cold.
out of the cold.
That's the Northeast.
Wow.
Uh-huh. Because we had a squall to go, a snow squall to go through here Friday.
Wow. Yeah, we had a little snow, not much.
You couldn't even see down here. Even though it was
Wow.
2 inches. It was just, the wind was blowing that hard and it was blowing the street signs. My cousin had to creep all the way down Bardstown Road to take me home. We couldn't get on the expressway because traffic was jammed.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, if you didn't have to go nowhere, this weekend was a good day to just stay home and chill and make some
Yeah.
phone
sir.
calls.
Eat a bowl of chili or something.
Yeah, I had a bowl of cinnamon oatmeal.
Oh.
Apple cinnamon oatmeal. Boy, that's the best oatmeal on the. Oh, I'm sorry.
Mhm. I like apples and cinnamon. I like apples and cinnamon.
Team is
Wow.
Inferno. Center group picture. Mhm.
Everyone having a good day with the business, productive day,
So far,
productive weekend.
Yeah, so
Mhm.
far.
Well, I didn't
Outstanding.
get to make one appointment to drop off some literature for this one place called 40 Acres and a Mule. I kind of tweaked his curiosity about that I do what I do. He said, well, bring some information back. I said, okay. I just missed that opportunity today to do that.
Well, there's always
Well,
tomorrow.
good evening, ladies and
Yeah,
gentlemen.
you know,
Russell
you
Peter
can't.
here. Welcome to our Sunday night
evening.
Team Builders Training Call. We got a great call lined up for you tonight. I'm so excited to be here. I can't wait to get into the call and share some information with you guys tonight. But I see we got several folks on the call already. Welcome. If you're new to the team, we spend the first few minutes of the call doing what we call our roll call. This is an opportunity for you to unmute your mic, turn your camera on if you want to, and introduce yourself. Let us know where you're calling in from.
Terry
out
Allen,
there?
Louisville, Kentucky.
Hey, Terry, always first one on the call every week. Glad to have you, Terry. Welcome to the
You
call.
too, sir.
Dexter Gilbert, Louisville, Kentucky.
LaWanda Tyson from
Michael
Maryland.
Harrington out there. Hello, welcome to the call. I think you're number 2 on the call tonight. Glad to have you as well as always.
Dexter
Bernadette
Gilbert,
Jackson, Killeen, Texas.
Hey, Bernadette, glad to have you on the call as well. Welcome to the call.
Mr. Hale from Johnsburg, PA.
Hey, from Pennsylvania.
Dexter Gilbert, Louisville,
Freezing out
Kentucky.
there. I know y'all cold there in the Northeast.
I'm
Oh,
a
yeah.
Hey, Mr. Gilbert, glad to have you in the call as always, sir. Welcome to the call.
Dexter Gilbert, Louisville, Kentucky.
And hey, actually, I hear y'all got this little, Terry was saying that y'all had a little cold spell come through there this weekend as well.
Yeah, we do. Absolutely.
Good stuff. Well, good stuff. Welcome to the call. Glad to have you as always. Folks, as you're coming to the call, give us your name, where you're calling in from. This is one of those calls, guys, where you're going to want to make sure that your associates are on the call. We got some big announcements, some great things we're going to share with you guys tonight. So take a moment, send a quick text message, even make a quick phone call if you want. Get them on to call tonight. Make sure they're on tonight's call. Obviously, we're recording like we record every call. each week, but this is one of those calls that you certainly want to make sure your folks on so they can get the information directly from us, the leaders, because we're going to be sharing some pretty exciting stuff tonight. Thanks for being on. If you're coming to the call, give us your name, where you're calling in from.
Linda T from Charleston.
She is amazing, Linda T, one of our top leaders, executive directors on our team. Glad to have you on the call, Linda, as always. Guys, if you haven't already done so, give us your name, where you're calling in from. Let us know you're on the call. Lots of folks out there who haven't chimed in yet. I see you on the call, but you haven't. Hey, Marsha, we got you. Welcome to the call.
Hey,
How are
Mr.
you?
Peter, Salazar here.
Hey, Tillis, welcome to the call. Glad to have you as always as well. Wouldn't be a call without you. Good
Hey,
stuff.
Mr. Peter.
Shauna here. I was number 9 on.
Hey, yeah, you're number 9. Welcome to the call, Shauna. Glad to have you on as always. Anybody else, guys? Give us your name, where you're calling in from. Lots of folks on the call. I haven't heard 20-some people chime in yet, but just give us your name, where you're calling in from. That's all I want to know.
Hey, Mr. Peter, this is Sharon from Accokeek, Maryland.
Oh, hey, Sharon, glad to have you on the call. Wouldn't be a call without you either. Welcome to the call. Glad to have you as always. Anybody else? Guys, give us your name, where you're calling in
This is
from.
Octavia Thomas, Louisville, Kentucky.
Octavia, glad to have you on as always. Welcome to the
Thank
call.
you. Charlotte Hughes from Virginia Beach, Virginia.
Hey, Charlotte, glad to have you on. Welcome back. Good to hear your beautiful voice. Welcome, glad to have you back. And welcome to the call as always.
Robert
Hey,
Cathy
Marvin
from the
from
great state of Georgia.
Hey, Cindy, I got you. I heard you too, Mr. Captain Jr. Glad to have you on as well. I think I missed
Alicia
somebody.
Brockton, Charlotte, North Carolina.
Alicia, glad to have you on the call. Welcome as always.
Tammy Frazier from West Virginia.
Hey, Tammy, glad to have you on the call as well. Welcome to the call.
Night, Mr. Beaton, Flora from New York.
Hey, Flora, glad to have you on as always. Wouldn't be a call without you. All right, one
Belinda
more time,
Gaines,
guys.
Radcliffe, Kentucky.
Hey, glad to have you, Belinda. Guys, another quick reminder, guys, this is one of those calls where you want to make sure that you reach out to your associates, the ones that you sponsor, the ones on your team, make sure they're on tonight's call. Obviously, we record the call like we do every week, but this is one of those calls where you want them to get the information directly from the leadership tonight, because we're going to be sharing some important, some exciting things that we think are going to really help us take our business to the next level this year, starting this month and next month, 2 days from now, starting in February. But this is one of those calls. I'm just warning you now, because you're not going to be able to remember it all. You're going to be taking notes, but make sure that you get them on the call so they can get the information directly. We'll give you all the information and show you where to get the information. But I'm just letting you know, this is one of those calls. You want to make sure that you send out a quick text message, make a quick phone call, get your folks on tonight's call. It's going to be one of those calls tonight. But again, let's keep with the roll call. Got about another minute left in our roll call before we get into our bright spots tonight. Anybody else? Last call for roll call. Give us your name, where you called in from, if you haven't already done so.
Mr. Pete and Reginald Reed out in Washington State.
Hey, Mr. Reed, glad to have you on the call, sir, as always. Good to see you. Anybody else?
Jade Flowers from Louisiana.
Welcome. Glad to have you on the call. Some folks I see there in the waiting room. Thanks. I appreciate that, co-host. You guys doing a great job letting folks in. All right, guys, I got 5 minutes after the hour. Because we have such a great call lined up, I want to make sure that we keep the time tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and put a bow on the roll call right there and jump right into our bright spots tonight. If you're new to the team, if this is your first time on the call, our bright spots are my favorite part of the call. Is where we get to recognize you, our fellow prosperity partner teammates, for doing what we do out there, protecting and empowering families and recruiting business partners and teaching them how to do the same thing, because that's ultimately what we do. So we want to recognize you. I believe that recognition, they say men die for it, babies cry for it. I think people, this is my personal opinion, I think recognition is more important to people than money. Now you might say, I don't know about that, so you can call me the janitor, but just give me the check. That's not true. You know, I've seen it over and over and over again. You can hand someone an award or hand them a check, and they'll always reach for that award first. Now they're not going to leave without the check, but people love recognition. I believe in recognizing you for the great job you're doing. So this is the part of the call where you get to recognize yourself, recognize your team. And yeah, I did say recognize yourself, because my personal philosophy is if you don't get enough recognition, you need to recognize yourself, mainly because no one else is going to recognize you if you don't recognize yourself. for the most part. So anyway, great stuff. Another great month, guys. We kicked off January with, I got to tell you, recruiting is way up this month. I mean, they say whatever you focus on and recognize grows. And we've been talking since the beginning of the year about keeping things simple and making daily exposures. We talked about the simple disciplines of making daily exposures and getting folks in front of some information. And I got to tell you, we've had a great recruiting month so far, but it's not where we wanted to be. I know the rest of the leadership team agrees. We got bigger goals for you and the team to take it to the next level. We got some big help make that a reality. So I just want to recognize, that's my bright spot to let everybody know we've had a great first month of the year. We got 11 more months to go in 2022 to help all of us achieve our goals in our Legal Shield business. So that's my bright spot. Who else has got some exciting want to share tonight? Who wants to go next?
Mr. Peden, I would like to go first. Hello?
Is that Octavia? Go for it.
Yes,
Go for it.
I will. Thank you. I would like to recognize Felicia Brogdon for protecting the family on this on last week. So I want to congratulate her and say congratulations to her. Thank you.
Well, congratulations, Felicia, on protecting the family. That's what we do. We protect and empower individuals and families, and we get paid to do it. Isn't that great? We get to help people, get to make a living, making a difference in somebody's life. I don't know how much better it can get to that, guys. Helping folks, protecting, empower, giving them access to their rights, and getting paid to do it. That's awesome. Congratulations, Felicia. And thank you for recognizing her. Octavia, we appreciate that. Cindy Marvin, I saw you trying to chime in. Go for it.
Yes, absolutely. So I just want to recognize Jaydell Flowers for selling her first membership this past week. Yay, Jaydell, that's awesome. And also Robin Bartlett and Robin Richardson and Chanel Mosley all came out today to hear Darnell Self here in Atlanta. So that was awesome as well. We had a big crowd.
Well, congratulations, Jaydell. And I forget the other person you said, but congratulations to both of you guys. Jaydell, for protecting your first family. That's awesome. That's what we do. That first family, that's the hardest one. It gets way easier after that. And but you got great leadership. I mean, Cindy Marvin, she got you guys plugged into the event. It doesn't get much better than Darnell Self. I know he delivered an amazing training today, an amazing presentation. So exciting for you guys. He's one of my bestest good friends, and he's an amazing leader, one of the very, very best, in my opinion, in the entire industry. So excited for you guys. All right, who else got something exciting want to share? Thanks, Cindy, for sharing.
I'll go, Mr. Peden.
Go ahead, Dexter.
Go ahead,
I want to go ladies first. Is that you, tell us?
It was, but Dexter can go and then I'll go.
All right, Dexter.
Thank you so much. Thank you again. I just want to say good evening to the entire family here. I just want to give a shout out to Mr. Paul Hill, Miss Terry Allen, Coach Rob Cathy, Miss Felicia Brogdon, Miss Octavia Thomas, and Miss Rachel Osafi for being on the call this evening, the training call. And also we had a 6 p.m. Eastern time team call. We call it boardroom conversation, boardroom chat, just going over and grilling some of the information that we didn't need. I shared with the team, the economy has shifted. The marketplace and the workplace has shifted, and we got to make sure that we keep up with it. We got to make sure that we sharpen that iron and we keep pace with what's going on. So I'm just proud of them for showing up. As we say, showing up is half the battle. So kudos to the team for being present. Back to you, sir, and thank you so much.
Well, thanks, Dexter. I appreciate that. And I appreciate you showing up and leading your team always, and always recognize your team, as I say every week. And I appreciate each and every one of you that are on the call tonight. I mean, again, as we often say on our Zooms, you could be doing something else, but you decided to take an hour out of your time tonight and plug into our team call to learn how to be more successful, how to build a bigger business, a bigger team, and ultimately have more success in your business and ultimately your life. And I appreciate all of you for showing up, because you're gonna be glad you did after you hear what we have to share tonight. So thanks for sharing, and you're exactly right. Dexter, showing up is half the battle. There are a lot of folks who are not on this call tonight, right? And it was easy to get on, it's also easy not to get on. It wasn't very difficult, right? Many of you are doing it from your phone, others couldn't figure that one out, I guess. But we're glad to have you guys on tonight, because it's going to make a big difference in your business. Going forward, I guarantee. We got some exciting stuff to share with you guys this evening. Go ahead, Tillis, you can go for it. I know you got a bunch of great stuff to share.
Yes, sir, I do. So first of all, I want to congratulate that Texier organization. Marsha, she protected a couple of families. Kaya got in on it. And then what can I say about Stacy and Larry? I mean, Stacy, you guys, has been sick for a couple of weeks, but nothing is stopping her. She's not even able enough to get on the calls, but she closed 2 businesses this week. So I'm super proud of her.
Wow.
Yeah, just amazing. I want to congratulate Mr. Darnell, Coach Ravenel. He brought in a new associate, closing down his PC right now. So I'm super excited for him and Erica that they're getting their business going. She's going to launch on Tuesday. This is her Sabbath, so she may not be on. I asked her to see if she could, but I do understand that part. And then, of course, we got the amazing LaWanda Tyson, right? She is like this close. I mean, she just needs 20 in premium and a new associate, and she will be senior associate. It's almost 10 days.
Fast
and
start
she is
qualified.
crushing it. So I'm super excited for LaWanda because we know she's going to get that done. We know she's going to knock it out of the park and collect that $300 bonus. And then I also brought in a new associate, Brent. And he, I'm not sure if he's on because he works at night. So he's going to try to hop on, but hopefully he is. So that's what's happening with us. Hopefully I didn't miss anyone, but he's doing some amazing stuff. We're all doing some amazing things over here. So super excited, sir. Back over to you. Oh, I forgot Sharon James. Oh my God. Her name's right here on my paper. Sharon James protected her family last night. And I was so excited for her too. Back over to you, sir.
Good stuff. You're exactly right, Tillis. I mean, guys, we're out there doing what we do, and I'm excited. Oh, by the way, Mr. Dazzy is traveling. You know, he and Mr. Dazzy spent the last 10 or 12 days with us here in Mexico, and evidently the airlines didn't think they could land in all that crazy cold and snow that you guys got in the East Coast. So their plane got delayed, and ultimately they are traveling today. Got delayed on Friday. Had to spend the day in Dallas on Saturday, and I don't know. I guess they couldn't get out till tonight, but he's not going to be on the call tonight. But he sends his regards and is excited about the incredible month that we've had so far this month. It's not over yet, guys. Tomorrow's the last day of the month, so we got until tomorrow night, 11:59 p.m. Central Time, to get those new applications into the home office so that you can hit your goals wherever they be, whether an income goal, a level up goal. Whatever it might be. So you have another day. Don't give up. Don't stop. We're going to talk to you tonight about some tools that we're going to equip you with starting this week to help you make that happen, and even starting tomorrow night, so that you can utilize our hangout tomorrow night to help you finish out the month strong and get your performance club done, or whatever goal. If you're trying to move to a new level like LaWanda, get faster qualified, or senior associate or manager, or whatever it is, we're going to give you all the tools. We're going to equip you tonight with the tools to get that done. I can't wait to get that part of the call tonight. But thanks, Tillis, for sharing. Great information there. And congratulations, Coach Ravenel, on your new associate. And Tillis, congratulations on you on getting your new associate. Guys, recruiting is what we've been talking about, and recruiting is through the roof this month compared to last month. And I give it to you guys. So I'm excited. I'm expecting us to do the same thing in February. I got you, Mike Harrington. I'm expecting the team to do the same thing in February that we did in January. And let's go out there and kick the behind of the month before. We call it beat your best. All right, Mike Harrington, you got something exciting you want to share? Go for it.
Absolutely. We got a gentleman, Mr. William Jones, new associate on the call, and we're doing his launch tomorrow at 6 p.m.
All right, Mr. Jones, congratulations. Welcome to the Legal Shield fan. Welcome to our team prosperity partners. That's what we call ourselves. And I'll tell you, couldn't pick a better time than right now to get started with Legal Shield. I'm going to talk about that in just a second, about why I believe now is an incredible time to be getting your Legal Shield business started, or to be getting ready to take your Legal Shield business to the next level. So welcome aboard. You could pick a better person to align yourself with, than Michael Harrington. He can certainly show you how to get yourself started. Share better, please. Hey, Nina, we got you. Need to meet your line, or Nina Patina. And but welcome aboard. Will, we appreciate that, William, and we look forward to watching your smoke and hearing about your success on next Sunday's call, where Mr. Harrington is going to be sharing how you went out there and how you had an incredible launch, probably got yourself faster or qualified, picked up a $300 bonus in the process. So no pressure, but we're just excited to have you part of the team. Thanks for sharing, Mike Harrington. I appreciate that. Who else has got something exciting you want to share? Who's that?
This
Morning,
Duncan
Duncan.
from Dallas, Texas. How are you all, everyone? Hello, hello. Yes, so I just wanted to say a shout out to myself because I got 2 new recruits, and I actually walked into a tax office. So I did it for the second time. Y'all heard me say it last year. I walked into a tax office and I said, I need you on my team. And so I got another one. He's the owner of the tax office in Fort Worth. And then I also have two new recruits, Daryl Pace and Demetra Branch. And so she is, so I'm excited about the both of them. I look forward to the success of them out, and I also, and most definitely fast start qualifying and everything. So I'm looking forward to our training for today as well. I have a fast start training tomorrow. Excuse me, I'm sorry. So I'm doing a training tomorrow at 7 p.m. Central Time with the corporate. So I just want to let y'all know that as well. Thank you.
Good stuff. Morty Duncan, can you put that, your fast start training information in the team group meet? Guys, Morty Duncan, as she won't tutor on horn, so I'll tutor for, so as many of you know, those who've been around for a couple of years, and Morty Duncan is not just a super recruiter. You know, I mean, recruiting only 2 associates a week, that's a slow week for Morty Duncan. But she's not only a major recruiter, but she's also in the top 5 out of all these associates, 10 in our company, in the top 5, probably the number 3, but I don't know where she is, but in the top 5 of helping new associates get paid and promoted. That means only 3 or 4 other people in the company do a better job of getting the new qualified, and which is why the company reached out to her and said, look, we need you to start teaching people, teaching a faster class so people can learn how you're doing what you're doing. So if you want to get your folks, if you haven't taken a fast start class in a while, I encourage you to plug in Morty's fast start class. If you have a new associate that hasn't yet taken their fast start training, plug in to Morty's fast start training. She's going to put the details into the group me chat in our Facebook page, so you guys have the details for that. Again, it doesn't matter where you are in the country. Morty's in Dallas, you and your new associates can take her training tomorrow night if you want to. In fact, I highly recommend it. All right, guys, keep our bright spots. I'm at the 1, maybe 2 more bright spots. We're going to wrap it up and get right into our quick announcement. Then we'll jump right into some exciting announcements and training tonight. Anybody else? Just
Hey,
dying to share a bright spot.
Hey, Mr. P, this is Linda T. I just wanted to say I protected the family tonight, and definitely wanted to say congratulations to all the teams that are on tonight. Marsha, Shakaya, Tyson, Miss Tyson. So glad to have everybody on, but I did protect the family today. Well, of course you did. That's what you do. I mean, she said so matter of fact, y'all like, yeah, I protected the family because she did. You know, she's like a superstar. She just keep dunking them just like that. Well, congratulations, you, Linda. Always leading by example. That's what I love most about you. You are a prime example of what it means to be a consistent, persistent associate. And that's why you've had the success you've had. Looking forward to watching you make 2022 your best year ever in Legal Shield. So, all right, guys, anybody else? Thanks, Linda, for sharing. Anybody else? Just dying to share a bright spot before we go.
Mr.
Nope.
B, did you have Sydney to share the story you've been trying to tell us forever?
Thanks for reminding me, Ms. Clines. Thank you so much, Sydney. I was teasing the team for the last 2 weeks, actually 2 weeks ago, and I forgot to do it last week. Would you mind sharing briefly that story that you told me about the guy that you met in Jamaica, who was a Legal Shield associate, what, 40 years ago? And I'll let you tell the rest because.
Well, tell me the name of the guy, the guy that sponsored
Dave Roller. Our
Roller.
Legal Shield's, by the way, guys, Legal Shield's first ever $1 million per year income earner was Legal Shield legend Dave Savula. Those who've been around any time, or you've probably heard him, and you will probably see and hear a lot about him at our upcoming 50th anniversary celebration. But his sponsor was a guy by the name of Dave Roller. And anyway, so that's a long answer to your question.
Background, and most people wouldn't know Dave Roller because he was never really around, even since I've been here 23 years ago, 23, 24 years ago, he wasn't really around, but I met him one day. He sat behind me on an airplane, and I knew that he sponsored Dave Savola because everybody back then knew that he sponsored Dave Savola, right? So, okay, I'm going to back up a little bit from what Russell said. It was actually on a cruise in 2019 that my fiance earned with a company he does business with. And we're on this Oceania cruise, which is really nice. And we're standing by the pool, and everybody kind of had some connection with the construction or roofing business. So when you kind of knew everybody. It was the whole cruise ship, you guys, the whole cruise ship. But so everybody was friendly, kind of knew each other. you stand around talk, well, what kind of business do you own? You know, are you the spouse? Are you the person that got invited? And ask each other what, you know, you do. So this guy says, you know, he asked me, you know, what do you work with Rick and his roofing company? I'm like, no, I have a Legal Shield business. And he says to me 2 years ago, do you know Dave Roller? Now, there are not many Legal Shield associates that he could ask that question to, and they would be able to say, yes, I do. Well, it turns out that he and Dave Roller back in the late 70s and early 80s were very involved in network marketing. They had done several businesses. I mean, that was one of the heights of network marketing when it was really getting going, and they were very entrepreneurial. And Dave Roller and he had done a lot of work, traveled all over the US, sponsoring people and all. Well, Dave Roller introduced him to Legal Shield. They got in together and were very successful because they travel all over. And Dave Roller knew Dave Savola and sponsored Dave Savola under Ken, the gentleman I was speaking with. And he hasn't done Legal Shield in like 30 years. Okay,
40 years,
fast
80,
forward.
81, 82, 83, something like that, guys.
Yeah.
40 years ago.
Yeah, so fast forward to this past January, you know, we didn't go anywhere because of the COVID, but this same company sponsored another trip in Jamaica. Now, we had made friends with these folks, so we got together with them again, and we were sitting over dinner just like 2 weeks ago, right, in Jamaica, and we're talking about this again, and he makes about $100,000 a year and doesn't really do anything. And he said, Cindy, and he said, where could you find a company that would pay you? Because I mean, it's been 30 years since he's really worked that much money over that period of time, and you don't do anything. And he was telling me about, and because I mentioned to him about the compensation plan, it was changing. He better check if he doesn't sell anything, he may not get some of these overrides that he used to get, right? And he said to me that he gets these bonuses. I never even heard of them. They were like the something great person bonus. I mean, just had funny names that he still gets because they promised them to him that many years ago. They're bonuses that don't even exist today, from what I could figure, because I've never heard of them. And
Right.
he still gets them. So it was just unbelievable testimony to the credibility of our company, and that they still pay you. It's like, can you imagine getting paid when you don't go to work? He might sell a membership or two a year. You know, he really loves what he does in construction business. So he, you know, it doesn't mean he doesn't like Legal Shield. That's just not his thing right now.
Right. Well, thanks, Cindy. What an incredible story, y'all. Diane Klein, thanks for reminding me to share that. I had planned to, well, Cindy was on vacation. I said, well, Cindy, she said, as soon as I get back, I said, Cindy, can you share that with the team? Anyway, and I forgot last week to have her do it. But Diane Klein, how many times have we heard stories like that, right? I mean, that's probably the best one I've heard. I mean, this gentleman only not best one because not only has Legal Shield been paying him a residual income since 1983 for the last 39 years, let's say. They only worked for about a year, guys. I mean, I'm starting to put the pieces together. So he's been getting paid for the last 39 years for something that he did for 1 year 40 years ago, give or take.
Wow, that is amazing.
But not only that, it is amazing, right, Diane? Because you and I are been earning residuals for the last 25 plus years, so we know what it's like. But even more incredible, Diane, is that now Dave Savula didn't join Legal Shield. Dave Roller didn't sponsor Dave Savula, the legendary Dave Savula, until December 1992. But he put, maybe because they all knew each other. Dave was involved in some network marketing companies in the past, and maybe because they all knew each other, he put Dave Savula under this guy. What's his name, Cindy? I don't know, whatever
Ken.
the guy's name is that Cindy knows.
Ken.
But she put Ken. So Dave Roller put Dave Savula under Ken, who at that point hadn't done anything in about 8 or 9 years. And so Dave Savula's organization, which numbers in the hundreds of thousands of associates and the hundreds of thousands of memberships over the last 20, I've been in 29, so let's call it 29 years, almost 30 years. This guy, anyway, some of you understand what that means. I mean, Mike Harrington, I know you get it. Tillis Alizé, I mean, a lot of us have been around for a while. I mean, it's incredible. But the more to that story, guys, this is the kind of company that you are a part of. Work and follow our system. We're not just going to pay today for what you do today, but because we're going to continue to pay you for as long as those memberships stay on the books month after month. You have our current comp plan says we're going to pay for 20 years on every membership that you write. That means memberships you write this year, you're going to get paid for 20 years on memberships you write next year, you're going to get paid for 20 years. And as long as you keep writing memberships, 20 years, you're going to earn a residual month after month, year after year. Now, I'm going to give you guys some history there. Mr. Stonecipher, our founder, said that he wanted to make sure that every associate would get paid a residual income on memberships. They're right. That means continue to earn money for as long as that person keeps the membership in force, because it was a residual income that allowed him to walk away from his teaching job in 1972 to start the company, because he had that income coming in to help him start the company when he was just getting off the ground. When he and his wife Shirley had the idea on their kitchen table back in 1972. So that's how important residual income is to this company, that the company said, hey, wherever the compensation plan is, we're going to make sure that you get paid residuals for the memberships that you and your team enroll in Legal Shield. I just think that's a powerful story and about our company, guys. But speaking on that, I'm going to go ahead and put a bow on that. Thanks, Diane, for reminding me to have Cindy share that. That's our that's the end of our bright spots, guys. Real quick, I'm going to just, Mr. Dad's not here to do any announcements, so I'm going to go ahead and just share my screen and remind you guys about the continuing Legal Shield Gold Rush that's happening right now. Well, actually, this is the second to last day of January. So we've got 2 more months in this Legal Shield Gold Rush Builder Challenge. And again, without going over the details, you can get this flyer right on the homepage of LS Engage, our Legal Shield back office that everyone else has access to. Remember, if you'll go out there and recruit 5 associates, not today, not this week, not this month, but between now and the end of March, you will receive a $250 cash bonus on stage at our upcoming international convention, what we like to call our 50th anniversary celebration. If you do double that, 10, you'll get a $500 bonus in cash on stage. If you do 15, which is your super, that's a Maury Duggan level there and beyond, that's a $1,000 bonus in cash on stage. But you're also going to receive tickets, 2 tickets if you do 5, 5 if you do 10, and 10 if you do 15 in the hopper for drawing for this beautiful gold Dodge Challenger. Guys, I'm telling you, this is our 50th anniversary. That's why everything's gold. I haven't seen it, but I can imagine it because I've been there before. When you walk into that arena in April, on the April 7th, 8th, and 9th, that's the weekend of our convention. They're going to have that big shiny gold Dodge Chrysler on the stage, and they're going to have when it's time to give out the cash, guys, they're probably going to back this big old Brinks truck on and unload all this cash for all these associates who are going to be walking across the stage, pick up their cash because they went out there and they recruited some folks in January, February, and March. So just want to remind you about that. As some of you know, there's been some added incentives. You could earn some trips they've been giving away trips to Maui. But anyway, get the details. It's all on this flyer. You can get the flyer again at lsengage.com. So I think anything else I missed there, leaders, I should add to that. I think that's it for the Gold Rush Challenge. Am I right? That's a question, typically followed by a response, leaders. Just reaching out.
Yes, sir. That's it, sir. Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's it, Mr. Peter. All right, thanks much, guys. All right, guys, but that's it. Speaking of incredible stories, I want to tell you another incredible story. You know, I'm not bragging. I'm just going to share you through a story. I joined Legal Shield on January 12th, 1993. I didn't do a whole lot outside of my mom, my aunt, my uncle, my boss, my former boss. And that didn't do much for a couple months. Then I went to a training, very much like the training that I'm going to talk about tonight. And that training changed my life. It taught me about the company I was a part of, the service that I was offering, and a simple system that I could follow, being a college incomplete with a 0.0 GPA. And I went on to follow that system and follow my leaders, my mentors. In my first year, I made $7,700 part-time because I worked for about half the year, then I quit my job and went full-time. My second year of the company, I earned $15,800 in 1994. I went full-time that year, doubled my income. I talked to more people. In 1995, I doubled my income again. And some of you have heard me tell this story many times. I earned Mrs. Speed and I earned $28,900 in 1995. And we began to put together a team that year, and in 1996 was our breakout year. That's the year we earned what we called $100,000, but actually, if you heard me tell that story, it was actually $98,600. 1997, our income doubled again, over $232,000 in 1997. 1998, $310,000. 1999, our best year ever, $427,631.15. You never forget your best year. And then it's quite honestly, ladies and gentlemen, it just kept going from there. But I'm not sharing this with you to brag. That if you told that up, guys, that's $1.12 million that Mrs. Pete and I earned, and we were just a couple of college students on January 12th, 1993. She was the smart one. She had a whatever. She was magna cum laude. I was graduate. I was, thank the Lord, I had a 0.0 GPA. But I'm sharing it with you guys because what was it that caused that to happen? I think it was timing, and I think it was training and mentorship. Why am I saying that? Because I believe that you are at the right place at the right time in the 50th year of Legal Shield's history. So then I believe you have, it's never been as good as it now. And if I do say so myself, you've got that's on this call tonight, myself, Ms. Clines, Mr. Dazzy, Mr. Baylines, and the rest of our executive director leadership team. You got incredible mentorship and leadership that you can follow. But where I think we, and I'm just saying, not just me thinking this, but with myself and the rest of our core leadership team believes is that we can do a better job at training you and equipping you with the tools and the resources that you need to have the success. Because what I want to do is I want to help each and every one of you make 2022 your breakout year, your 1996, when we went from 29,000 to 100,000 or $98,600. I want to help you, if you want to, make 2022 your breakout year. Because we went in from $28,900 in 1995 to $98,600 in 1996 to 230, doubled our income, $232,000 in 1997. So what happened in 1996? And then what happened in 1997? Well, in 1996, I'll be honest with you, I've said it before, I found Diane Clines and recruited her, and the rest is history. And our team exploded and our business exploded. Our lives were changed forever. But in 1997, there was a training that was introduced, and that training worked so well. How many of you've done something, man? You were doing something and it worked so well, you quit doing it. We all have, if you're honest, right? Whether it's exercising, eating well, and it worked so well, man, we lost weight, we felt healthy, but we got stronger, whatever it was, and it worked so well, we stopped doing it. Well, there was a training that was introduced that we were all able to participate in 1997. That, in my opinion, it came in at the right time and caused our income to double from $98,600 to $232,000, and then continue to grow. And that training worked so well, we stopped doing it. And but we decided, you know what? That I'm talking to. When I'm saying this, I had a very special call with our core leadership team, and we talked about this, and they all agreed that, we need to go back to do what we know works. And because it worked for us then, it continues to work for us now. We just need to do a better job of imparting those philosophies and those trainings and those tips to you guys. And we want to do that starting immediately. We've been planning it all month, but we want to wait and launch it this first week in February. So let me just share my screen, and I'm going to give you a little insight what I'm talking about, and hopefully this will make a lot of sense to you guys. Okay. Let me share my screen. Share. Okay. Oops. That's not what I want to share. Stop sharing. Sorry, y'all. Keynote. There we go, right here. Okay. All righty. So what I want to do, guys, is talk to you about what we've been talking about all month. I want to get back to talking about this idea of what we call the compound effect. Some people call it the slight edge. I call it the a day factor, right? This idea of that simple errors in judgment repeated every day over a long period of time will end in failure. Again, that could be a cheeseburger a day, right? Doesn't seem like in the act of doing it doesn't have much. If you eat a Big Mac today, you know, it's not going to affect your health today. But if you eat a Big Mac every day, over time, it's going to affect your health dramatically. But it's what's easy to do is also easy not to do, right? So a simple discipline is a life of responsibility. I've talked about this before. A few simple disciplines practiced every day over a long period of time will lead you to the success. And this is not just in your Legal Shield business, which is what I'm focused on tonight, but it's in every area of your life. I think you'll agree. Simple disciplines and simple errors in judgment. The great part about it is we get to choose to do the simple discipline or do the simple error in judgment. The problem is what's easy to do is easy not to do. It's easy to get on this call like all of you done tonight. We have almost 50 people on the call tonight. There's at least 50 other people who are not on the call, probably 500 people who are not on the call tonight for whatever reason. What's easy to do is easy not to do, right? It's easy to plug into this training that we're going to launch this coming Wednesday. It's easy not to plug into the training. But plugging that training every week and getting your team members to plug into it every week is a simple discipline compounded over time that's going to yield amazing results. I believe what we're going to launch tonight and effectively this week will have a dramatic effect on everyone's business who decides to participate and put into action what we're going to focus on starting tomorrow, this week. I believe by the time we head into our 50th anniversary celebration, your businesses will all be dramatically different than they are today in terms of your production, your recruiting, your income, your overrides, your team size, everything. I just know it. And the rest of the leadership team, core leadership team, they believe it as well. So tonight, that's that. But I want you to know this is the basic undercurrent of right here. It's easy. What we're going to teach you guys in the coming weeks is going to be easy to do. The thought's going to be easy not to do. When I say easy, I mean simple. Because our business isn't easy, but it's worth it. I mean, it's not easy to get to have somebody tell you no. It's not easy to have somebody, sign up and then not do anything. I mean, it's not easy, but what we do is simple. But if we'll practice those simple disciplines every day, over time, it'll ultimately lead to our success. Tonight, I want to talk about another discipline that you want to make part of your monthly method of op. Get that line, I don't know who it was. Performance Club. We've got a ton of Performance Club qualified associates on our team. Miss Clines is, I forget, she's been Performance Club qualified since the Performance Club program was launched some 21 or 22 years ago, 230 some odd months consecutively Performance Club qualified. And then we've got others who's got 12 plus months, 30, Shana Blanc, what do you have now, 47, 48 months or something like that. Many others. So Performance Club is the very best incentive program Legal Shield ever created for getting us to focus on doing those things that we need to do to continually build our business and rewarding us for that persistent and consistent activity. And but I want to share with you guys something you haven't seen before. It's a brand new Performance Club video. Listen up.
If you create that huge foundation of people, Performance Club qualifying every month, it's just a matter of time before all of that production turns up, pushing you all the way up to Platinum Executive Director. So if you want to be serious about your business, make sure that you encourage and inspire your team to be a part of this Performance Club.
Performance Club means to me that every month I know that I'm helping people, empowering people with access to their rights. And it's fun to be able to go on the trips as well. Legal Shield sent me on my first vacation ever. That first trip that I got to go on was to Maui. I was able to take my mother who put me through law school. And it was just so much fun. I wanted to keep going and keep going. So thank you so much, Legal Shield, for this incredible incentive.
I can tell you, not only have I been excited about the last 20 years and staying PC qualified, but I am even more excited about staying in Performance Club for the next 20 years and being on more trips and getting more bonuses and just building a stronger and stronger business along the way.
All right, guys. So that's the new Performance Club video. That's something you want to share with your prospects, share with your team members. And we're going to talk more and more in the coming weeks about what it means to be Performance Club qualified. Obviously, here's how you get Performance Club qualified. We call it PC qualified or PCQ. You have to have a $100 in membership premium, right? That's just, let me show you how simple that is. I want to say easy, because it's not easy to enroll a member, but it's simple if you'll follow our simple process that we're going to continue to teach you. There's two $49.90 plans. That's two $49.90 plans, and you're Performance Club qualified. Obviously, the new program is Performance Club Pro. You want to make Performance Club Pro your goal, but settle for Performance Club if you have to. Performance Club Pro is just $200 in the premium. Again, that could be just four $49.90 plans. Now, obviously, our most popular plan right now is our $64.90 legal and family ID shield plan. So $64.90, divide 200 by $64.90. It's just a couple of, maybe two or three of those, maybe three or four of those. But again, do the math. $200 in premium. You're now PC Pro. I'm already Performance Club Pro qualified this month. I have $287 in premium myself personally this month. And we're going to make that your goal. And the first step to get a Performance Club qualified is to become Mastery qualified. That means you want to go out there and protect the family and or recruit an associate with as fast as you can within that first week. On our team, we call it get Mastery by the first week of the month, and then get PC qualified by the 15th of the month, and then focus on getting Performance Club Pro by the end of the month, and help someone on your team get Performance Club qualified as well. And this is what it looks like. Now, the company calls it the road to director. Executive director, get Mastery qualified, get PC qualified, get PC Pro, and help your team members do the same thing. So obviously that's what we focus on, and what we focus on grows. But here's what the leadership and myself, we tell our team, get Mastery qualified, get Performance Club qualified, get PC Pro, and help your team do the same thing. We started thinking, but you know what? We talk about this stuff like everyone on the call, everyone on our team knows what that means. We say, we got to get back to teaching you guys exactly step by step how to do these things, step by step, what to say, when to follow up, how to follow up. We just realized that it works so well, we stopped doing it. So we decided to bring back that amazing training that took our incomes and ultimately our lives to a whole new level years ago. And we're going to bring that training back to you guys starting this week. We're calling our Team Prosperity Partners, or TPP, core training. We're going to teach you the ABCs, and not just ABCs, the 1, 2, 3s. We're going to teach you how to build a successful business, a solid business, one that'll pay you 40 years from now, like it's done for this Ken guy, one that's will pay you 29 years from now, like it's done for me and Mrs. Peden, 26 or 27 years, like Miss Diane Klein's, and countless hundreds of or thousands of others that we could tell you about. And that's what we want to help you build. We don't just want to help you make money today. This is just some other deal that you join. We want to show you why this company at this time, with your leadership and training on this team, can help you achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve in your life for you and your family. And we're going to give you that training starting this week. The first core training segment starts this Wednesday night. So, okay, Ms. Peden, that sounds great. But what are you going to teach me? Well, again, we're going to teach you our system. We talk a lot about the system. We realize, you know what? If we ask all of our team members, what's the system? We can ask 10 team members, and we probably get 10 different answers. So we're going to talk about our system, how we need to keep the system simple, because in order for our team to duplicate, to grow away from us, what I mean by that is grow that, for example, Ms. Kleins and I, we don't know 99% of the people on our team, because our team's grown so far away from us that it's just so, I mean, we have tens of thousands of people that have been joining our team over the last 25 years. But in order for that to happen, it's got to be simple. Duplication requires simplicity. So we're going back to the baseball diamond. Some of you who've been around, you know what this looks like. We're going to talk to you about the fundamentals of what it takes. What does our system look like? What is that exposure process? that exposure process. We're going to talk about the list and how to expose properly by sharing your why, what resources and tools to use, how to share them simply and easily, and how to follow up with a three-way call. And we're going to, in detail, and how that three-way call will be the secret sauce of bringing that new member and that new associate onto your team. We're talking about follow-up and how to enroll new associates, how to literally run the business from the palm of your hand, utilizing that amazing tool that we call the Prospect Legal Shield app. We're going to talk about, again, building that list, how to sort that list. And we don't talk, in my opinion, enough about the list, because technology today has made it so simple, and we have access to so many hundreds of people that we don't even realize. And we're going to show you how to really take your list, a real list, that 2,000 people that you know on a first name basis that you just can't think of, or you just think it's just the ones in your phone, and help you be able to sort that list and grow that and use and be able to expose those folks and turn that list into new members and new business partners to help you grow your business. We're going to talk about how to contact and invite, give you the actual phrases that pay and what to say and how to follow up and how to make those exposures and what tools to use. And of course, our Hangout, how to leverage our amazing team Hangout that we do that have been so masterfully done over the last almost 2 years and helped us create dozens of new of executive directors and a handful of new ring earners as well. We're talking about how to leverage live events, because the company's really focused on bringing live events back into the picture, because it was something that all of us used to grow our businesses in a big way years ago. And we're going to talk about how the exposure it's a numbers game that evolves into a process. It takes 5 to 7 exposures on average to get someone to make a decision to partner up with us in business. I'm going to show you how to accelerate those 5 to 7 exposures so you can recruit someone quicker and have them do the same thing on your business as well. And again, we're talking about how fortune is in the follow-up. And that's when, anyway, we're talking about three-way calling, get the master himself. We're going to talk about why three-way calls work, how to do one exactly, step by step, what the roles are, and all that stuff. But I'm just giving you a little insight to what we're going to be teaching and training over the coming weeks. So this new training, by the way, will be a 4-part training. We put together this training a couple of weeks ago. We realized that we thought we could do this in one night. We said we'd have to ask you for 2.5, 3 hours in one night during the week, or we could break the training up and really focus each week on the topics that we need to focus on and make sure that you understand them and you have embraced them and you feel equipped enough to go out there and put them into action. So we're going to break our training up into 4 different segments, starting week 1, week 2, week 3, and week 4 of each month, and we're going to rotate that the next month. So if you missed the first week, you're going to be able to take it the first week of March. If you miss it, if you happen to miss that 3rd week, you'll be able to take it the 3rd week in March. But it's going to be the exact same training repeated every 4 weeks. Why? Because that way you can learn. The more you hear it, the more it'll submit it to you. They say you have to take the training probably 8 or 9 times just to get 100%, because you're only going to remember 10% of what you get from the training that we're going to give you starting on Wednesday. So you got to come back and take that training at least 8 or 9 more times to get 100% of it. And we want to encourage you to take it with your new associates. That way you're building that synergy within your team. I'm telling you guys, this may sound a little crazy, but I'm telling you, this is what allowed us to earn $1 million in 6 years and multiple million since. So we're going to talk about the system, what that means to you and your business. And ultimately, guys, we're going to help you build a rock solid business, one that will allow you to achieve your goals in 2022 and make you a bulletproof business owner, so that when those dream stealers come, then you'll be ready for them. What I want to do is equip you with the armor and the tools that you need to go out there and build the beat the beast, the debt beast, the poverty beast, whatever it is in your family. For my family, we had a legacy of non-home ownership, a legacy of poverty in my family, and I was determined to let that legacy of poverty end with me. And maybe you feel the same way. I don't know what it is in your family, but there are people in your family, people that you don't know, that are coming for you, and we want you to be prepared for those. So I want to end my segment tonight by introducing you to a video that some of you have seen before, some of you haven't ever seen. It's by my good friend and business partner, Mr. Darnell Self, talking about the dream stealers.
Today, I'd like to talk about some people that are sometimes strategically placed in your life called dream stealers. Now, they may be cleverly disguised as some of your best friends, your family, and or your acquaintances. And I don't believe that they don't want you to succeed. I believe that sometimes people think you cannot succeed based on their own lack of success or experience in this industry. So they say things like, well, I didn't succeed, so you can't succeed. And it may not be the same company, may not be the same environment, may not be the same experience as what you're going to have. So people say things like, well, I tried the gym, but it didn't work for me. No, you bought the membership, but you never worked out. So you can't say the gym doesn't work. Some folks never actually engage in the thing that they say they're going to commit to. So they've never even gone to a training. They don't even know the #1 money earner, which shows that they've never really embraced the system that they say they want to succeed in. Or they don't have experience as an entrepreneur or business owner, no experience in our industry. So they don't understand short-term pain for long-term gain. They don't understand in the beginning, you're going to do some things you don't get paid for. So in the end, you get paid for things you no longer do. I like to say it this way. You can always count the number of seeds that are in an apple, but you can never count the number of apples that are in a seed. So people look at where you are today, but they have no idea you're preparing something for your generation and the generation to come. And so don't buy into other people's opinions, because if you buy other people's opinions, we buy their lifestyle. Or sometimes only because they don't have enough examples in their life. Otherwise, they would say, oh yeah, my cousin made $1 million from home, or my ex-coworker walked away from their job because they made millions from home. But because people don't have examples to lean on, they say things to you like you can't succeed. This is like my father. He used to always say, well, Darnell, did you make your $1 million yet? You a millionaire yet? I'm like, I've been in for 3 months, Dad. You've been working for 30 years and not a millionaire yet. No, I didn't say that because that's my father. Anyway, it's just exciting to be a part of an environment where you do have support. You do have examples that are here to show us that we can do it too. So it wasn't my father's fault. He never had examples. People say this all the time. Well, your great-grandfather was a plumber. Your grandfather was a plumber. Your father was a plumber. What's wrong with being a plumber? Well, nothing's wrong with being a plumber unless you don't want to be one. So be careful buying the opinions of your family, friends, and neighbors. And sometimes it's strangers. People don't even know you, and they're trying to talk you out of your dreams. Folks have never even played the game. Why would you listen to a coach that's never played the game? And so all I'm saying is use the dream stealers to fuel you, not to stop you, to make you go further. And there's sometimes there'll be people beside you when you start your journey that won't be there long term. This is why they say it's lonely on the road, because other people aren't on that road, but sometimes not the same people that started that path or that journey or that road with you. And so sometimes you look to your left or you look to your right, and it's not the same people that started with you, but you ought to keep going. Don't be rigid where you have to hold on to the same people. Be willing to let some people go. It's the only way you can walk into where you need to go. And so I tell you that some people that help you to get to one level won't be the same people to help you get to your next level. So stay strong, stay focused, even when the dream stealers come and cloud your vision. Use your faith for your family, for your finances, and for your future. And I look forward to seeing you all over the top.
Good stuff. There you go, guys. So I'm going to end my segment talking about this upcoming core training that we're launching this week with that video, and go out to the leaders for some comments from them. And let me get back on my Zoom here. So let me give you guys the breakdown. We have some changes in our schedule coming up. You say, wait, Mr. Speeden, you talk about Wednesday night. What about the hangout on Wednesday nights? Well, let me know. We've made some changes to our hangout. And for some of our hangout team members, they don't even know about this yet. I gave a little preview earlier, but guys, so we're keeping our nightly hangouts because some of you have really been leveraging those to help you recruit and build your business. So we're not getting rid of the hangouts. This has been a phenomenal tool for us. And we're going to cut down the number of hangouts. We're still going to do our Monday night hangouts. We're still going to have our Tuesday night hangout, and we're still going to have our Thursday night hangout. We're not going to have a Wednesday night hangout, and we're no longer going to have a Friday hangout, because Friday, admittedly, was just not a popular night, because it's Friday night. People just got paid Friday night anyway. So it wasn't always our most effective hangout in terms of turnout. Nothing wrong with Fridays. We're not doing Fridays anymore because we decided to cut it down to just 3 nightly live events, team events, live TPP hangout presentations, Mondays, Tuesday, and Thursday. And on Wednesdays, we're going to launch our new Team Prosperity Partners, or TPP core training. The core training, because we're going to teach you those core concepts, core philosophies, core techniques and tips to make you bulletproof in your business. We're going to make you a prospecting machine, which means you'll be able to literally create prospects out of thin air if you want to. and how to turn strangers into warm market prospects, how to expose people simply and easily. We're going to show you how to become a recruiting machine and teach your teammates to do the same thing. We're going to teach you the basic fundamentals, but also give you the tools that you need to build a rock solid business that'll pay you for many, many years to come. So Mondays, hangout, Tuesday, hangout, Thursday, hangout, Wednesday, core training. This week's core training will be the first one. We're asking all of you to plug into. We've got almost 50 people on tonight's call. I expect all of you to be on Wednesday night's core training. So you can get the information. Again, we're breaking up into 4 segments. Week 1, I don't know if I should give you the each segment, but it's going to be on your why Legal Shield, why now, and make sure you really understand what you're part of. You heard an amazing story about the company that you're part of. We're going to sell you by sharing you some more information about your company, what's happening, so you can be ready. So we're going to make you rock solid on your why, make sure you're clear on that, and why Legal Shield is the best opportunity for you right now, and why you want to get up there and share the Legal Shield story. And then week 2, we're going to get into what we do, our 2 services, and we're going to talk about that. And it's going to be, we've got a great core training lineup, 4 sections, 4 weeks. It's going to be amazing. So I just make sure you got the schedule. So the nightly hangouts aren't changing that much. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday with a core training on Wednesday night. We're going to have a new link. We're going to put all the details for the core training into the group we chat on our Facebook page. Yes, the core training will be recorded, but I'm telling you, there's nothing like being a part of the live core training, especially now that we're going to have an hour to focus on each segment instead of trying to squeeze it all into a couple of hours. We're going to have time to make sure that not only that we're going to teach you the information to make sure you have it and understand it, but answer any questions you may have so that you leave that core training on Wednesday night armed and ready to put into action what you've learned each and every Wednesday night. And so anyway, so that's all I've got to say about that. I'm going to go out. Diane Kleins, we've been talking a lot tonight about what you and I did in the past. And go ahead, tell us.
Before you do, Paul had a question of the time for the training. Is it 7 p.m.? I didn't want to be incorrect in that. The
time will be 7 p.m. Did we say Eastern or Pacific or Central? I forget. Oh, that was one detail I because I credited the link to that. I put it 7 p.m. I think we're doing it at 7 o'clock Eastern, guys. So it'd be 1 hour on Wednesday nights, but it's going to be a packed full hour. And that could be something, maybe I have the time wrong. It might be 8 p.m. But we're going to put that information in the group we chat on the Facebook page. You guys can have the details on it. Does that help, Paul? Anybody else have any questions before I get comments from the leaders before we go? No other questions real quick? Ms. Kleins, any thoughts from you on this core training? Obviously,
go ahead, Ms. Kleins. I unmuted you. Go ahead, Ms. Kleins.
You muted everybody?
I locked the room, but I think you should be able to unmute now, Diane. Try it.
All right, thank you. I'm just trying to get in and be ready. I'm like, wow, what's happening? Guys, this core training is really going to build your business. It builds our business. We got started in 96, and you all have heard my story through Mr. Peden, and the rest has been history. But he said something that was really powerful. We do things and we grow our teams and we become all that we can be and continue to grow and lean on stuff. But then all of a sudden it disappears. Well, it's back. So all of you, including myself, we need to show up. Just think about how many times we look at a movie and we look at it again and say, I never saw that. Well, that's how the training is. It gives you the opportunity to grow, to learn, to be able to teach. And when you show up, your team shows up. So let's make sure we show up so our teams will show up as well.
Thanks, Ms. Kleins. I appreciate that, guys. And on that note, guys, you don't just want to, Ms. Kleins made a good point. You don't want to just show up on Wednesday and get, I'm telling you, this training is so good. Mr. Daz and I worked on it while they were here. And we just kept saying, this is great stuff. We can't wait to share it with the team. I'm telling you guys, you're going to be so excited. It's going to make such an impact on you and your business that you're going to say, man, I wish I had so-and-so. I was on the training. So get so-and-so on the training on Wednesday night. And they're going to be so impacted and so excited about the training they're going to get Wednesday. They're going to look forward to next Wednesday to get week 2, which is really going to be, you're going to be rock solid when it comes to the product. We're going to take a deep dive into both of our services so you know the product inside and out, and not only know it, but how to simply and easily share with people so that people will buy it from you and want to take it right out of your hand as soon as you share it with them. So it's going to be incredible. But it's such a good training. I can't wait to share with you on Wednesday. So don't just show up yourself, as Ms. Klein said, make sure that you and your team share. Tell us, any other executive directors, I'm to our core, our core team who've been a part of this. Cindy, Ms. Klein, Morty, you know who you are. Any more thoughts? You guys want, or anybody else? Question? Go ahead,
Russell, I'd like to comment. Well, I just want to make sure that all you folks on the call that haven't been around for all the years like Russell and Diane and I have, just really appreciate that you can get on virtually, go to this awesome training. Years ago, I would get in a car and drive a minimum of 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 hours just to get the training. Then I'd go back and develop a training and invite people over to my house to get that training that I then had to put together, type up the handouts, get it all done, and then even figure out my own trainings based on what I learned when I went and traveled. It was really expensive. My phone bills just calling in state were, $300 a month. So I'm just saying, this is awesome. Thank you, Mr. Peden, for doing all this. And I want you guys to really appreciate. And then there was one other thing I forgot to add in my story about the credibility of the company. And I can't believe I forgot this because it's about a really good friend of mine. And she's on Mike Millia's team. And she hadn't done this business, Zippo, nothing, for I know a good 15 years or more. But she worked hard when she first started, and her name is Molly. And she makes 30,000 plus a year, and does zero. Now, this is a woman that would come, she's into financial, doing stocks and all that herself now, and she'd come and stay at my house and go to the school and training. This was like 2-3 years ago consistently. So I know her really, really well because she was at my house at least once a month for 2 weeks. And I forgot to ever mention that to you guys. So that's another story just personally.
Guys, we could share stories just like Molly's and just like Ken's with you guys every week on this Sunday Night Call. That's how many people, sometimes they think these are some dummies, man. If they would just do a little bit, I'm like this Ken guy, he has no idea. Cindy is trying to no idea, right, Ms. Klein? If he would just do a little bit, maybe, I guess if they pay me this kind of money, I'm not doing nothing. If I do something, it might stop. But I'm telling you guys, it's amazed me. We have millionaire clubbers. I'm thinking about my best friend in the whole world. His name is Tony Martinez. He's one of our millionaire club members, one of our top income earners. He hasn't worked Legal Shield actively in at least 15 years, probably 20 years. But he'll send me a text every night and go, "Hey man, I got my Legal Shield deposit this week," and he said it pays. He's just amazed at how they just continue to pay him for the work that he did. Now he worked his tail off for a few years, 20 years ago, but now this is the more of the story, right, Cindy? Right, that is not to work y'all for 3 years and then go do nothing forever. That's not what you're going to bet. We're just letting you know that if you build it, they will pay you when you build it, and then they will continue to pay you for what you build. That's the moral of these stories. I'm not trying to tell y'all work this year and quit. No. I'm telling you, look, if you'll continue to build it, you ain't got to build it for 30 years, but if you'll build a solid, what we want to teach you how to do is build a business that will pay you for 30 years, like Molly and like Tony and like this guy Ken, and maybe we should make that part of our call. We just introduce one of these incredible stories to you guys. Maybe bring one live and have them tell you guys the story. But look, we're getting way off track here. I want to just go back out. Any other core team members got any comments?
I do, Mr. Peden. I just wanted to say to everyone, and we've all heard this before, that knowledge is power, but really it's not. Applied knowledge is power. So make sure that you get on this call, in this training, that he so graciously put together. Listen, there's corporate trainings out there. Marnie, myself, Mr. Dazzy, we're all trainers for the corporate, for Fast Start, but this takes you Fast Start and beyond. And if you really dive into it, if you really take the notes and be a student and learn for the weeks that this is going on, you could take your business and your life to a whole nother level. I think that's what everybody is trying to say here today. But just think about how this can really propel you to learn. Every single person I talk to, they always say, well, how do you do so-and-so? Well, what do you say to people? Should I work social media? Should I not? Should I recruit first? Should I membership first? I mean, all these questions are going to be answered in the training. So all the excuses will be off the table. Then you can't come back to us on the following Sunday and say, I don't understand, because he put a robust training together, right? And so it's a voluntary army, guys. If you were starting a job tomorrow and they told you to be there at 8 a.m. for orientation, nobody would say, well, I don't know if I can make it. You would be there, right? So this is your orientation. This is your training on how to run your business, okay? This is your McDonald's University, your Chick-fil-A University, okay? This is what you need to run your Legal Shield franchise. So it's important enough to us to put this together, for Mr. Pete and Mr. Dazzy to put this together, for us to say, yes, we need this for all of you. Now it's your job to show up. It's your job to bring your new folks. It's your job to get there. We can't make you. We can't bribe you. We're not giving away any cars. Mr. Pete is not going to give y'all any cars. Okay, Miss Klein is not going to give you any thousands of dollars. You have to be willing to get the information and bring your team members with you so they can get the information firsthand. Don't try to take all the notes and go back and tell your team members what was shared on the training call. Make sure that they're there up front taking notes. Be a participant, just as if you started a brand new job tomorrow. All right, back over to you, sir.
Yeah, I want to add to that.
Eloquent, I couldn't have scripted it any better for you, Tillis. I got you, Cindy. Let me one second. I want to comment on just one or two things that she said. Guys, I mean, Tillis, I couldn't have been scripted any better what you said. But here's what I will guarantee you guys. Yes, this is your, when you invest your $1.1 to $2.5 million to buy a McDonald's franchise after being on a waiting list for 18 months or 2 years, they require you to attend what they call Hamburger U. It's in like Michigan or something like that. And guess what? You got to pay, as Cindy, you got to pay to get there and pay for your hotel, and you got to sit through that training. And he's like, of course, if I spend $1 million, of course I want to go to Hamburger U. But you only spend $50. Some of you spend $249 to join your Legal Shield business. But here's what I would do. The information that you're going to learn in the next 4 weeks at TPPU, I don't know what we would call it, at our core training, for like TPPU, for lack of a better word, I guarantee you it will pay you considerably more than a McDonald's franchisee would earn. I promise you that. I promise I can give you that with an absolute guarantee if you'll plug in and put into action the things that we're going to teach you in this core training for the next 4 weeks and rotate it. Now, I mean, you say, well, I'm not saying you come Wednesday, you're going to be good to go. If you come the second week on the whatever that's going to be the 9th, you're going to be good to go. And on the whatever the next week, no, you got to take it multiple times. But I'm telling you guys, it will be, if you will make at least what the average McDonald's franchisee earns, but most likely and probably I can guarantee you will earn more with the information. That's how confident and absolutely critical this information can be for you. But we're not charging for the training. Maybe we should. Maybe you would add more value. You said, man, I want to go because I paid, but we're giving you the training because we know how important it is to your business. And your business is our business. So maybe we're being a little bit selfish here. But if you don't do it, your business won't grow. Well, it will grow, but it could grow a whole lot faster and a whole lot bigger if you'll plug in and plug your team into the training. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Cindy. You have the last word.
And Tillis alluded to this, that, if you don't come, we can't make people come, but the the beauty of all this is it's duplicatable, right? We as leaders can't teach every single person separately. So it's your responsibility, if you want to grow your team, to encourage your teammates to come, because we don't have time to teach everybody. And that's why this is a duplicatable system, and how great it is to have this to plug everybody in on an ongoing basis. So that was all I wanted to add.
Each one of you don't have the time to train your own associates. Great point, Cindy. How simple. All you got to do is plug your people into this training, and we do the rest. When I say we, I don't mean just me and Mr. Dazzy. I mean the entire executive leadership team is going to be participating in this training on a weekly basis. And all you got to do is just plug them in. Imagine just plugging your people into this training. It's go Wednesday night. And then we're going to teach them what to do, and your business is going to grow as a result. I'm sorry, Cindy. I just had to make that point. No, you don't have, we can't train everybody, but you don't have to train everybody either, because we're going to do it for you. Great point. All right. Any other comments from the leaders?
I just wanted to say really quickly, if you can hear me, if y'all can hear me. My background is loud because we're watching my family's watching the football. I'm on the call, but but I wanted to just say really quickly while the commercial was on that, with the trainers, with us being 3 or 4 of us being field trainers, or not field trainers, but fast start qualified trainers for the company, like Leadership, the Nation of Leadership. They have it's a lot of things that have been left out that we're like, you need to know this information. Your team needs to know this information. The stories sell. We know that for sure. Stories sell all day long. Like, just being able to hear that, oh, you did it, and you were a lawn keeper, or whatever. Now you're a multimillionaire, or you're a kid that just dropped out of college, and now so it's so important for us to be a part of the idea in selling the dream of it all, but then also having the facts and the information to edify the thing, to be able to help the people that really want to build their business. Guys, we're going to always have people that will come and leave, but most importantly, you are looking for the people that want to work the business. You are looking for people that want to change their lives. Everybody's not going to want to be a life changer. They're not going to want to change other people, but in the process of getting these people, or just letting them know that this is available to them, now you have a resource that will empower your people. And your leaders have said, we found it, we got it. They don't, right now corporate's not focusing there, but we're going to focus back on the foundation. And every time we go back and we recalibrate and we go back to the foundation, we build strong, we make lots of money, and we continue to empower people. So back to you.
Absolutely. Good stuff, Marty. Great point, guys. And again, I didn't get all that, we did recognize there's a lot of things that are missing from the existing Fast Start training that we think are absolutely critical for you guys to know. We've incorporated that stuff directly into this training. Plus, we're teaching you all the stuff that we learned to build our businesses, that we haven't really been teaching and focusing on, and we're going to give it to you. So anyway, enough said about the training. I just wanted to launch that tonight. Let you know tomorrow night's hangout, same time, 6:45. Tuesday night hangout, 6:45. In fact, I'm doing Tuesday night's hangout this Tuesday. I believe this is my week. And then Wednesday night will be our first core training. Myself, Mr. Dazzy, will be leading up that first week of the core training. And then Thursday night hangout, same time, 6:45. By the way, just a little advent. We're doing something different I should make this known. So you won't be surprised. The Thursday night hangout will feature a guest speaker every Thursday night, a special guest speaker, a Legal Shield ring earner, millionaire club member, Circle of Champions, or at least a legal, it's going to be someone special every Thursday night. That's just a little hint for you right there. We're not going to tell you who it is, because he said, well, I was just going to wait till Thursday night to get my guest. No. You plug your guests into Monday night, you plug your guests into Tuesday night, and then you plug your new associates into Wednesday night, and they're going to show them how they can leverage who the guest speaker is going to be on Thursday night. And we're going to do that every week. And we're going to grow your team and grow your team and grow your team. And your checks are going to grow each week and every day and every month. You're going to have the best first quarter and we're going to have the best first quarter we've ever had in 2022. So looking forward to it. Looking forward to seeing you guys tomorrow night on the hangout, and obviously seeing all of you on Wednesday night on our very first kickoff of our first core training on Wednesday night. Get all the details in the group chat on the Facebook page, along with the recording of this call. Thanks for being on. We apologize for going 50 minutes over, but we wanted to make sure that you got the information about this new training. I'm telling you guys, it's going to borrow my belief and belief in Tillis and Ms. Klein's and Morney's that this training can set you free in terms of your business and where you want to go. Just borrow our belief and show up on Wednesday night. And then I almost wish we could get money back guaranteed. We're not charging them, guys, but it's going to be that good. I can't wait. So see you guys on Wednesday night. Have a great night, everybody. Bye-bye. I don't know who's winning the game, but see y'all later. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
We're the ones winning the game.
Bye.
Bye.